So I posted a video yesterday about the Agata Sitko banning situation. First of all, thank you guys for watching. It is my most viewed video, so thank you, and I appreciate all of the comments under it. But today I just watched a podcast, the Sabado Sessions podcast with Agata in it. It was a podcast going through in more detail what happened with the ban. And so I just want to give you guys an update on the situation. So if you haven't watched that video, I would recommend watching it. But if you want a short summary, basically what happened was Agata Sitko, the GOAT of powerlifting in my opinion, at least tested powerlifting, she was going to go to the World Games. However, at the last moment, the Polish Federation, because she lifts for Poland, with not much warning, the Polish Federation told Agata Sitko that she wouldn't be able to bring her coach, who she trusts a lot and goes to every major meet with. She couldn't bring her coach to the World Games with no warning whatsoever. So Agata was upset that there was no warning, and she didn't feel comfortable going to China with the Polish team without her coach. And so she said that she didn't want to compete for Poland at the World Games. And basically, the Polish Federation said that Agata is banned. She is suspended. She got her license revoked from the IPF. She can't compete for at least 6 months, but it's not a 6-month ban. It's only 6 months until she can attempt to reapply for a license again. So this is not a good situation for Agata Sitko. First of all, this isn't good for powerlifting. Why? Because in 6 months' time, within these 6 months that Agata will be suspended, she will not be able to compete at Sheffield, where she has won 2 times in the last 2 years, despite there being only 3 Sheffields, and she is just unstoppable. She is a full-time powerlifter. She makes a living from powerlifting, and the big reason why she can do this is because she is actually someone who can go to Sheffield and quite convincingly win, or at least come second. She is that strong. Most likely, if she goes to Sheffield, she will win. And so she can do powerlifting professionally. She doesn't coach. She doesn't have sponsors, really. Her income is prize money. And I think she's the only powerlifter in the world that can say that. But she won't be able to go to Sheffield. But let's get into the new updates that I found out from the Sabado Sessions podcast. But first of all, let me make this clear. She got banned because she decided that she didn't want to compete at a competition. This is insane. But yeah, in the Sabado Sessions podcast, I think now that she got banned, she has decided to basically just kind of condemn the Polish Federation as much as she wants. She is not holding back at all. And first of all, I'm a little bit concerned for Agata. Why? Well, one thing that Agata revealed in this podcast was that the Polish Federation can pretty much do anything to her, and they can ban her for however long they want. Why? Because one of their rules is basically taking away her freedom of speech. The Polish Federation has a rule. By the way, all of this is allegedly, because I've only heard things from Agata's and her coach's perspective. But people in Poland can be banned for speaking badly about the federation. This is a justifiable way that someone can be banned. So the fact that Agata is kind of condemning a lot of the people in power in Poland and the federation, this may not be good for Agata's future, because they may just continue banning her, and they may just keep on creating things that lead her to not being able to compete, which is not good, first of all, like I said yesterday, because this could drive away the greatest powerlifter we have seen in the IPF. This could cause her to go to untested or another sport, which would just not it would not be nice for the IPF, and it would be a massive shame. But when she was condemning the Polish federation, she said many things that were bad about the federation. I'm not going to go into all of them today, but one example that she said was that at the 2022 national championships, she got to the warm-up room and there weren't any collars in the warm-up room, like collars to put on the barbell to make sure the plates don't slide off. And they said, oh, it will be okay. So that kind of shows what we're dealing with when we're talking about the Polish Federation, how their standards may not be extremely high. A big thing that Agata talked about was the fact that the Polish Federation in Sheffield 2023, I believe, they told Agata that she couldn't actually compete initially at Sheffield, the biggest event in powerlifting, because she hadn't competed at the Polish national championships. And if she hadn't kind of fought for her place in Sheffield, lots of people helped her out at that time. She wouldn't have been able to go to Sheffield, kind of due to this dictatorial kind of ruling that the Polish Federation has. One of the reasons that Agata's coach isn't really liked in the federation, according to Agata's coach, Paul, was because basically he took one of the top clients, one of the most successful clients from the Polish head coach, and he didn't take, she decided to work with him. And so this kind of made the relationship with the Polish head coach and Agata's coach not great at all, despite Agata's coach being essentially the top powerlifting coach in Poland. The last problem that I'm going to talk about with the Polish Federation is that Agata isn't even allowed to communicate directly with the people in power in the Polish Federation. They refuse to talk to her. Instead, she has to talk through her powerlifting gym, basically. So this causes issues, and it just overall what I want to say is the situation with the Polish Federation is not great at all. In my opinion, they have too much power, too much autonomy. I think the IPF should have some rules set up to kind of protect athletes from different federations, because different federations are kind of dodgy. Some are good, but some aren't great. I mean, like I said, Poland is literally against freedom of speech when it comes to talking about their federation. So yeah, I think the IPF should change a few things, like I said, so that individual federations don't have so much power. Because when federations act badly, it can cause top lifters to leave. Like Krzysztof Uzbeki, the massive deadlifter from Poland, one of the reasons he left, Agata said, was because of the problems with the federation. And from the comments on my last video, a lot of people were saying that the Polish Federation was messed up. And I think that there are a lot of federations around the world which aren't great at all. But yeah, overall, I just wanted to make this video to express how not great the situation is for Agata, and how I am concerned that even if she goes through the 6 months, I'm not sure if she will be able to compete in the IPF again, especially if her federation doesn't like her. So yeah, overall, it's such a big shame for Agata. Her coach is going to get some legal stuff involved, and so this may help, but I don't know. It's difficult. It's a difficult kind of decision for Agata, because on one hand, she can just kind of condemn the Polish Federation, try and legally take action so that she can compete, and kind of burn bridges, or she can decide to just kind of try and be as quiet as possible, not talk, not make a scene, and then hope that in 6 months' time they'll just allow her in. She has made the decision to go onto the burning bridges side. She has condemned the Polish Federation, but I don't know if it's a good decision, because if the legal stuff doesn't work out, We do not know if the Polish Federation will let Agata compete again. Something needs to change in the IPF in general, so this can't happen again. So this doesn't happen again. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all of the comments. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.